Cinnamon Bear.
And now let's take a look at Judy and Jimmy and their friends, the Cinnamon Bear and the Crazy Quilt Dragon. Things seem to be happening left and right. Wesley, the wailing whale, swallowed their silver star and finally got it off his chest when Crazy Quilt tickled him and made him cough it up. Samuel, the seal, caught it and started to juggle it. Higher and higher he tossed the star, and then, alack, Penelope the pelican snatched it in midair and off she flew. As Cinnamon Bear would say, this is a pretty kettle of halibuts.
Oh, dear. Every time I think about our star, I want to cry. Seems like we just never will get it back. Don't you suppose we ought to just head out into the root beer ocean and keep looking, Cinnamon Bear?
I don't think that would be so wise, Judy.
Oh, I should say not. Not until I've eaten my 4 barrels of corks. 'Twould be a sad thing for us to get started and then have me get all soaked up with root beer. Oh, ho, 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 ho.
What's funny, Crazy Quilt?
I was just thinking, maybe we could find us a root beer float. Oh, ho, ho.
Oh, this is no time for bum jokes, Crazy.
Oh, I thought it rather good myself.
It's not. Now, Judy, I don't think it would do any good to head out into the root beer ocean. We haven't the extra slightest notion of which way the pelican was flying.
Well, right now I don't care much about anything. I'm so hungry.
Ah, food. Now that you mention it, Jimmy, I could trifle with a few dozen lollipops myself.
And sure, and I haven't had any cinnamon buns for some time. If I want to keep extra special ferocious, I just must have my cinnamon buns.
Suppose we all hop on Crazy Quilt's back and get back to land again.
Capital. I'm all dried out now, and it isn't very far. Climb aboard, my friend.
Yeah, how about those inkaboos? Can't we go further up the coast a bit and avoid them? Soak my stuffing if I ever want to meet up with them again.
None of us would, Cinnamon Bear.
I'll head sort of north by east-northerly, and that'll bring us to a shore quite a bit out of their territory.
You've no idea how good that sounds to me ears, Crazy Quilt. Come on, let's
Sure
go.
thing. I'll get you ashore before you can say Jack Robinson.
Jack Robinson.
Oh, that's not fair, Judy. I wasn't ready.
You can't swim that fast, Crazy Quilt, and you know it.
Maybe so, maybe no. But just hang on tight and see how you like this.
Oh, look, he's using his tail for a propeller. Boy, hip along, Crazy. Boy, you like to hear the water is going to slide and
That was a quickie, Crazy Quilt.
I'll say it was.
Oh, I was just poking along.
Oh, you don't say so. Well, if you'd have gone any faster, it would have blown all my fur off.
My goodness, Crazy Quilt. This looks awful steep along here.
Wait a minute. Who's that over there by that big rock?
Why, it's a man. And isn't he funny looking? He hasn't got any sleeves in his coat.
And would you look at that hat? It's so big it completely covers his face.
And look, Judy. Look at all those white rabbits following him. Willikers. Why, there must be about 20 of them.
Oh, it must be. It is.
Is who?
Fade my colors if it isn't that measly magician, Mr. Presto.
You mean he's a bad man, Crazy Quilt?
Oh, no, not that, but he's a bad magician. He takes magic lessons by correspondence.
He means by mail, Judy.
Right, and he insists on trying his half-baked magic on everything and anybody. Last time I met up with him, he practiced a bit on me. I shall never forget it.
Well, what did he do, Crazy Quilt?
Well, pride will not permit me to tell you, Jimmy. My Crazy Quilt ancestors would turn over in their graves.
Greetings, my old friend Crazy Quilt. Greetings and salutations. So glad to see you again. And how's your Uncle Gregory?
He seems very pleasant, Crazy Quilt.
I refuse to make further comment, for a minute anyway.
If he's a magician, maybe he can help us get our silver star back.
Well. This is a treat if I do say so. And who are your friends, Crazy Quilt?
Oh, hello, Presto. May I make you acquainted with Judy and Jimmy and Patio Cinema?
How do you do? Any friend of Crazy Quilt's is a friend of mine, as I always say. So glad to see you. And how are you?
How's about a few carrots, huh? Us rabbits is gonna get tough if you don't crack through with some grub, and we don't mean maybe, see?
Pardon me, Mr. Presto, but did that white rabbit say that, or are you a ventriloquist?
No, that was the rabbit, unfortunately. I produced him and about 20 others while I was doing my homework on magic lesson number 4. I take magic lessons by mail, very good, too, but after I produced all these rabbits out of my hat, I couldn't get rid of them. Keep following me around all the time and yelling for carrots. Very annoying, very annoying.
But if you're a magician, why don't you make them disappear? Then they wouldn't bother you.
Alas, I'm unable to do that. Lesson number 5 on how to make white rabbits disappear with nothing up your sleeve was lost in the mail.
Oh, that's too bad. By the way, Mr. Presto, if you don't mind my saying so, I think you ought to get a hat that fits you. It keeps slipping down all over your face all the time. It's twice too big for you.
Good business, fellow, just good business. I'm twice as good as any magician living. Gotta have a hat twice as big.
Maybe so, Presto. But inasmuch as it's resting on your Adam's apple most of the time, it seems to me you're talking through your hat.
Scorn me if you will, Crazy Quilt, but so help me Houdini if you don't mind your tongue. One of these days when I get to lesson 23, I'll turn you into a lounge lizard and
Says
then
you moldy old magician. Why, I'll pull your hat so far down over your face you'll be able to wear it for a skirt.
Here, control yourself, boys. Control yourself. Calm down.
That's what I say. Besides, I want to ask Mr. Presto here some special questions.
Only too happy to accommodate you, young man. Only too happy to accommodate you.
What I want to know is, why don't you have any sleeves in your coat?
Simple, my child, simple. If I don't have any sleeves, folks will know I have nothing up them.
And are you a good magician, Mr. Presto?
Good, I'm slightly terrific. I'll demonstrate.
Well, there's only one kind of magic we'd be interested in right now. We're awful hungry. Can you get us something to eat?
Food, simplest thing in the world. Learn that in lesson 15. That is the fundamental. So happens that the great Presto is a snozzaroo when it comes to producing eatables. Your orders, please, just name it.
Cinnamon buns for me with currants and plain icing.
Not that I think you can produce anything, Presto, but I could toy with about 3 Loganberry lollipops.
Well, I want something that's regular food. You can make mine a ham and egg sandwich, and you don't have to toast it either.
I think I'd like that too, Mr. Presto.
All simple stuff. I'll start with the ham and egg sandwiches first. I place my hat on the ground, cover it with my kerchief, a few choice words, hocus pocus, ipso facto, abracadabra, and erasmataz. Remove the handkerchief from the hat and...
You've got the makings all right, but I don't think I could eat a real live pig and a chicken.
Up to your old stuff, eh, Presto?
Am I mortified? So sorry. Million apologies. How about a few card tricks?
I'm afraid you're a frost, Presto. Now, how about finding lost things? Are you any good at that?
Right down my alley. Lesson 17. What have you lost?
It's our silver star, Mr. Presto. It belongs on top our Christmas tree, and we just got to get it back.
Silver star? Excuse me while I go into a quick trance. Oh, I'm getting it. Oh, it's traveling over water. Oh, a bird has it. A pelican has it.
That's more like it.
You're all right, Presto. You're all right.
If you're so good at knowing where things are, perhaps your magic can bring back Penelope the pelican, back with the silver star.
Simplicity itself. In a moment, you'll see her step out of my silk hat. Watch a wave of the wand this time. And behold the pelican.
That's no pelican. It's a halibut.
Such goings on. Nothing sacred anymore, not even us halibut. Please do, sir, and goodbye.
Oh, please. Just a slight error someplace. Let me try again. Behold.
Don't look now, Presto, but I think you've got something there.
Why, it's a penguin.
Yes, a penguin I am, and if I may say so, raspberries to all of you. Goodbye.
Please, I beg of you, just one more chance.
All right, but this is the last time.
Behold!
What? What?
You did it! It's Penelope!
Hooray!
What? That this should happen to me, Penelope Perry the Pelican, descended from a long line of respectable pelicans. You'll answer for this. I'll write a letter, that's what I'll do. You'll hear from me, sir. How dare you interrupt a blue-blooded pelican when she's flying along and minding her own business? Why, your cheap vaudeville magic jerked me so violently, I thought I'd lose my back feathers, and then to be pulled out of a silk hat. Let's see the label. Oh, cheap stuff, and second-hand at that.
Where's our silver star you took away from the seal when he was juggling it?
Oh, that thing. A pretty bauble, too. Well, I was flying over the island of Obi when this 10th-rate magician jerked the daylights out of me and I dropped it.
Oh, dear.
Did you see where it landed on the island?
How could I? It all happened like a flash. And now, if you ruffians are quite finished, good day. And wait till my congressman hears about this, the very idea.
Oh, whatever will we do now? We're farther away from the Silver Star than ever.
Oh, don't cry, Judy. Be a regular twin, not a sniffly girl.
All right, Jimmy.
Well, Presto, what have you to say for yourself now?
Nothing, absolutely nothing. I am abject. I am prostrate. I feel like a snake in the grass.
What?
Goodness, he is a snake in the grass.
Well, sure enough. He turned right into one. And watch him wriggle away.
And let's hope he stays that way for some time. He's nothing but a nuisance.
So that's that. Well, let's not waste our time crying about what's happened. Let's start off and look for something to eat and a boat to get us over to the island of Obi.
You're right, Cinnamon Bear. Let's see what's around the other side of this rock. Come on, Jimmy. Come on, Crazy Quilt.
Okay, Judy.
All right,
run
but
around.
be careful.
All right.
Mind
Watch out of these
business.
rocks. They're
Be
really
careful.
slippery.
Oh, what's this? Look, right up against the rock.
Why, it's a chest. And it looks like a pirate chest that you read about.
Why, so it does. And see what's written on it. Private property of Captain Taffy. Hands off.
Let's open it. Maybe there's gold in it.
Now, I'll take this side, and Jimmy, you take that other side over there, and we can...
Gee willikers, listen.
Wow! We're surrounded.
Pirates, we're done for.
When all of a sudden they were surrounded by pirates. And I must say they look most ferocious.
Oh, Jimmy, I'm so scared. What do you suppose these pirates will do to us?
Willikers, I don't know, Judy. Gee, we didn't even touch their chest.
What right have you pirates to molest us? We were minding our own business.
Hey, you'll find out soon enough, won't he, mateys? Hey, we can't take this dragon. He's too big for the rowboat.
Maybe he'll be able to rescue us like he did before.
I sure hope so.
You two children in the bear, you follow us.
Where do you want to take us?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I sure would, all right. And what's more, you can't take Judy and Patio Cinnamon and me if you don't tell us.
Well. Now, what would you do, huh?
Well, why should I tell you if you won't tell me where you're taking us?
Say, he'd make a good pirate, wouldn't he, matey? Well, my little landlubber, I'll tell you. We're taking you with us on board our ship.
Me too?
Oh, definitely you.
Well, why me?
Well, you're all far too curious for your own good. You'll know in good time.
If you don't need me, I have a very pressing engagement.
Oh, you can go whenever you like. The sooner the better. Scat!
In spite of your undignified rejoinder, I take my leave.
Goodbye, Crazy Quilt Dragon.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Crazy Quilt, old pal.
Goodbye, my friend. Just wait until I find a few barrels of corks. Goodbye.
Well, all ready? Forward. One-Eyed Joe and Black Ben, take the treasure chest. Aye, aye, Barnaby Bright, you and Cox and Charlie stand by to shove off the boat.
Aye, aye.
And the rest of you assist our friends into the boat.
Aye, assist.
I don't like the way they're laughing at all.
It does have a very unpleasant ring to my ears.
Jimmy, take my hand.
All right. I won't let them hurt you, Judy, no matter what.
Are we all ready? Aye. Then let's go. All hands to the oars. Aye. Shove off. There, we're off. Heave-ho, my hearties. To the ship. Heave!
Ho!
Heave!
Ho!
Heave!
Ho!
Heave!
I sight the ship, mate.
Ahoy, the Susie Q!
Ahoy below! What do you report?
Treasure and captives!
Oh, Jimmy, now we're captives again. I hope they won't treat us like those old Incaboos.
Oh, I don't think so, Judy. After all, those Incaboos were just blotter people. And these pirates are folks just like us. And maybe they won't want to make pirates out of us.
Excuse me. I never could be a sailor, much less a pirate. These ocean waves are very hard on my stuffing.
Ahoy above!
Ahoy below!
Throw us a rope!
Aye, aye!
Let down the gangplank. We have a lady with us.
A lady!
Oh, no, I'm not a lady. I'm just a little girl.
Madam, you may be just a little girl at home, but with pirates, you're a lady. May I offer you an arm?
No, thank you, Mr. Pirate. If I have to go, I want Jimmy to go with me. We're twins.
As you wish, madam. Up you go. And now the bear. All right, hoist the longboat.
Aye, aye!
And now, where may we conduct our captives to Captain Taffy?
He's on the bridge, mate.
Thanks. This way, please.
Oh, dear.
Gee whiz, this sure is a big ship, all right. What did he call it?
I believe he called it the Susie Q.
And now I bring you before our jolly captain. Captain, our prisoners.
Welcome to our pirate ship.
Now, just a minute. Judy's my twin sister, and I gotta take care of her. And if you're gonna make us walk the plank and everything, you better look out, all right.
Well, who said anything about walking planks?
Aren't you pirates? And don't pirates make people walk planks?
Only old-fashioned pirates. Bosun, pipe the chest before us.
Aye, aye!
Open her up.
Oh! Why, it's all candy.
Sure enough.
Gee, toffee and caramels. Chocolate creams. Oh, my goodness.
Cinnamon sticks, my favorite brand.
You see, we're a new kind of pirates.
What do you mean by that?
We'll tell you all about ourselves in our song. Barnaby Bright, strike up our chanting.
Aye, aye, sir.
We're known as candy buccaneers and pirating's our pleasure. We never hunt for buried gold, 'cause candy is our treasure. The very thought of pirate loot is quite enough to bore us. But when we sight a candy bar, we shout and sing this chorus. Hey, 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 hey. Candy ho, there's candy to the starboard. Sing your ho ho and a bottle of pop. Hey, 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 hey. Candy ho, there's candy to the starboard. Sing your ho ho and a bottle of pop. Walking planks and fighting duels may be quite fine and dandy, but if there's fighting to be done, we'd rather fight for candy. We're very fond of jelly beans, of lollipops and taffy, and when we capture chocolate fudge, we're positively daffy. Candy ho, there's candy to the starboard. Sing your ho ho and a bottle of pop. Hey, 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 hey. Candy ho, there's candy to the starboard. Sing your ho ho and a bottle of pop.
Isn't it marvelous, Jimmy?
Oh, it sure
My
is.
goodness, what a relief. Bless my stuffing. I've lived in and around the island of Maybe for some time, but I never heard of candy pirates.
Well, we don't touch the mainland much, my friend. We mostly keep to the islands.
Islands? Did you ever sail near the island of Obi?
Often. In fact, quite often. Yes, it's one of our favorite anchorages.
Do you think you might be going there pretty soon?
Well, that depends. Well, we might just as well head in that direction as any. Have you some special reason in mind?
We certainly have, Captain. Our silver star's on there.
Silver Star?
Oh, yes. You see, it belongs on our Christmas tree.
Oh. Well, the Candy Pirates would be most happy to aid you in your search for the Silver Star. We'll hoist anchor and sail for the island immediately.
That'll be fine. Do you think it'll take long?
No, not very. How long does it generally take, pilot?
Well, depends on the wind, Captain. It's pretty good today. Oh, not more than an hour or so.
Good. Bosun, pipe up the anchor.
Aye, aye, sir.
Hoist the jib.
Aye,
Up with the topsail. Pilot, take the helm and head for the island of Obi.
Aye, aye, sir.
And now, my friends, a visit with the Candy Pirates would not be complete without a little hospitality.
What's that? Something to eat?
Yes, indeed. What would you say to a little refreshment?
Gee, I'd like that and something to eat besides.
Do you happen to have any cinnamon buns? I haven't eaten any in some time, and I feel quite unferocious.
Why, yes, my friend. It so happens that the cook made cinnamon buns only this morning.
Hooray!
And in my cabin, I have some very, very superior chocolate fudge.
Let's hear no more. Lead on, Captain.
Candy ho, there's candy to the starboard. Sing your ho-ho and a bottle of pop. Hey! Candy ho, there's candy to the starboard. Sing your ho-ho and a bottle of pop.
Excuse me, Captain, but land has been sighted.
It has? Well, give me the glass.
Is that the island of Obi?
Yes. Do you want to take a look through the telescope?
Willikers, it's just like the one we looked through to de-grow.
So it is.
Jimmy, look. Isn't that a policeman standing with his back to the ocean?
Well, let's see. Well, yeah, sure it is. He looks like one of those roly-poly dolls. Judy, look at him waving his stick.
He's turning around.
What's that bright thing he's wearing on his coat?
Why, my goodness, it's our Silver Star.
Bosun, pipe the anchor.
Aye, aye, sir.
Well, my friend, it's been a pleasure to have your company aboard the good ship Susie Q.
Gee, we sure had lots of fun, Captain Taffy.
That's what I say, too. I never knew pirates could be so nice. Did you, Cinnamon Bear?
Bless my stuffings, no. And we're much obliged to you, Captain.
Don't mention it, matey.
I sure would like to know what the roly-poly policeman is doing with our Silver Star on his chest.
Well, we'll know pretty soon, Judy, because Captain Taffy's going to give us a boat so we can row ashore.
I'm sorry the Candy Pirates can't go ashore with you, but confidentially, we're on our way to capture a big hoard of yummy marshmallows. I can taste them now.
Sounds most enticing. But marshmallows always get stuck in me fur.
Oh, what's this island like, Captain Taffy?
Well, it's a very strange place. Most magical, in fact. Very large and inhabited by all manner of strange people and things.
Gee, I hope we get a chance to see a few things. Are you pirates coming right back?
Just as soon as we capture those yummy marshmallows. Won't take long, and you can give us a signal and we'll take you aboard again. But in case you need to leave the island in a hurry, you'll have the rowboat.
We're sure awful grateful for everything you've done for us, Captain
Not
Taffy.
at all, not at all. The pleasure's been on our side. Are you ready?
Ready and raring to go, Captain.
Very well. Bosun, pipe the boat.
Aye,
Yeah, you better let me help you in. There you are, young lady.
Gee, this is going to be fun.
Yeah, all snug as a bug in a rug, huh? Lower away.
Goodbye, Captain Taffy.
And thanks a million.
Much obliged indeed.
Cast off the line. Goodbye, mateys, and good luck.
You take one oar, Cinnamon Bear, and I'll take the other.
Barnaby Bright, strike up a bit of our chanty.
All right, Cinnamon Bear, let's roll.
Weren't they lovely pirates? And Captain Taffy was just wonderful.
A gentleman, I says, a real seafaring gentleman.
Oh, Jimmy, I can see the policeman ever so close now.
Swell. I can't see because I've got my back to him. Are we heading in the right direction?
Sure we are. I can see, Jimmy, and don't worry about it. I got complete control of the boat, haven't I?
We're almost to the beach, Jimmy. Yell at him.
All right. Wait till I turn around a little. Hey, policeman!
I guess he doesn't hear you.
Let me do the yelling. It takes a big voice like mine to do the trick. Hello, officer! Officer!
And what do you want?
What are you doing with our silver star?
What?
I'll handle him. Hey, you! What are you doing with that silver star?
Sure, and I'm wearing it. What do you suppose I'd be doing with it?
Yeah, but you got no right to wear it.
Oh, haven't I now? And begorry, who has more right to wear a star than a policeman?
But it's our star.
You bet, and we're coming right in there to get it. Come on, Jimmy. Just one more pull on the oars will scoot us right up on the beach.
What's the matter here? We're stuck.
We don't move an inch, and neither does this wave that the boat is on.
Try again.
It's no use, folks. That's a magic wave. It'll keep anyone from landing in a boat.
What do you mean, a magic wave?
Just that, magic. That particular wave never rolls in. Just stays where it is all the time. You can jump down if you like.
Oh, but it's too far. Most 5 times as high as us.
Or dive in and swim under it.
Oh, never. My precious stuffings.
And in either case, your boat will drift out into the ocean.
Grah.
And you lose it.
Grah. Am I mad? Just wait till I get my paws on you, Flatfoot.
That's an insult, to be sure. I'm a roly-poly policeman, and roly-polies don't have feet to be flat.
But what are you doing with our silver star?
Yours, is it? And what would it be doing dropping out of the sky?
Penelope the pelican dropped it. She stole it from us.
Sure, I didn't know that at all.
What do you do, Mr. Policeman? Just stand there all the time?
Not at all, son. I patrol.
Oh, lollipops, how can you patrol without feet?
Oh, with a roll this way and a roll that way. I can patrol about 3 feet on either side of me. Not much, maybe, but it's patrolling I am, and I am the law around here.
Fuddlesticks, you're nothing but
Stop
an
being
old...
so mean, Cinnamon Bear. That's no way to get our star back.
I should say not. Mr. Policeman.
Yes, ma'am. What can I be doing for you?
Well, you might let us have our silver star. It's been stolen or lost ever so many times, and we've just got to get it back. It belongs on the tip-top of our Christmas tree.
Sure, and it's sorry I am to hear that. Being meant for Christmas myself, I know how it is. If you'll just come ashore, I'll give it back. Sure enough.
Will you? Honest Injun? Gee, that's swell. But gee willikers, what about this magic wave? We can't get ashore.
Well, I'd toss it up, but I'm afraid I'd miss. You'll have to row down the beach a ways. They tell me that this magic wave doesn't go more than 100 yards or so.
We'll be back right quick, Mr. Policeman, and thanks ever so much.
Glad to be of service, ma'am.
Now, see how nice he is when you're polite, Cinnamon Bear?
Soft soap, that's all, soft soap.
Shame on you.
Oh, let's not fight. Grab your oar, Cinnamon, and we'll get going.
Sure made that in a hurry, didn't we? Do you think the boat will be safe there, Cinnamon Bear?
Sure. I fixed it, didn't I?
Come on, let's hurry and get back to the policeman.
We'll hurry as fast as we can, Jimmy. The sand is awful hard to walk fast in.
Yeah, my cinnamon paws sink down in it.
You know what? I was just thinking about the Crazy Quilt Dragon. I wonder what happened to him.
I wonder. Too bad the pirates didn't take him on board. He sure turned out to be a good guy, saving us from those bad Incaboos and everything.
Huh. Maybe you think Crazy Quilt's a better friend than I am, huh?
Oh, no, Cinnamon Bear. You're a really, truly friend.
Do you think so?
Look, we've almost reached the policeman.
He's got his back to us. Hey, Mr. Policeman!
Louder, Judy.
Just a second till I get my breath. Yoo-hoo! Mr. Policeman!
He's turning around.
Hello.
Here we are. Jimmy, look.
He hasn't got the silver star on.
Mr. Policeman, where's our star?
Well, I guess your friend didn't find you yet.
What friend?
Well, the one I gave your star to.
What do you mean? Did someone say you were to give it to him?
He did that, and very polite he was, too.
My goodness, who could that be?
He swam through the magic waves shortly after you started down the beach. First, I wasn't going to give it to him, the star to him, but he told me you were coming right back for it. But he said he knew all about it. And
What?
And that you told him to pick it up.
Jiminy Crickets. Who was it?
Faith, I don't know his name, but he was a dragon and looked a lot like a crazy quilt.
Gurrah! Am I ferocious? That Crazy Quilt Dragon, up to his old tricks again.
Oh, dear, whatever will we do?
Well, first off, I'm going to push this fat-headed policeman in the tummy.
Oh, don't, Cinnamon Bear.
I got to. It's a point of honor. Watch out, Flatfoot. Here I come. I'll push you flat on your back. That's what. There. And let that be the message.
Willikers! The policeman popped right back up again and knocked Cinnamon Bear out.
That's what happens to feisty fellows who forget to remember that when you push over a roly-poly, he comes right back up. Kawowie.
Poor Cinnamon.
Call me early, Mother dear. Call me early.
Shake him, Jimmy. He's coming too.
Wake up, Cinnamon Bear.
Oh, my poor stuffing. Where's that policeman? I'd tear him limb from limb.
Now, just be quiet. You've had enough.
Which way did the Crazy Quilt Dragon go, Mr. Policeman?
Well, I didn't watch him careful like, not being quick to turn around. But I think he headed straight up the beach, that way. Funny, too. Just happened to think, now. That'd be the wrong direction if he wanted to catch up with you. Faith, and I bet he was running away.
Why, you...
Stop it, Cinnamon Bear. We've got no time to fight.
Come on. We'll have to go like the very Dickens to catch up with Crazy Quilt.
All right, but I'd sure like to take another poke at that celluloid so-and-so. I'd sock him.
Hurry, Cinnamon Bear, hurry.
Gee, I can't see a thing ahead of us. Nothing but sand and sand and sand.
Well, seeing as how you wouldn't let me show you how to finish that pesky policeman, I'll show you how to catch Crazy Quilt. Come on, I'll lead the way.
Look at him go, Jimmy.
I'll say. I never saw
Jimmy, what's happened to him?
Gee, I don't know. He was running right there ahead of us, and then all of a sudden...
He just disappeared.
All of a sudden, the Cinnamon Bear vanished into thin air, just like that.
Oh, dear. Where could the Cinnamon Bear have gone to? He was right here before us just a minute ago.
Well, come on. Let's start looking. I'll go in front of you.
This island of Obi surely is a funny place, Jimmy. Just like the pirate captain told us. That roly-poly policeman and the magic wave that wouldn't let our boat land on the shore and... Jimmy! Jimmy, where are you? Oh, dear. Now he's disappeared, just like Cinnamon Bear. Jimmy, don't leave me all alone. Come back. I guess I'll have to go on alone. Oh, dear. I wish I were home with Mother.
Hey,
Judy,
here we are
here
over
we
here.
are.
Judy.
Why, Jimmy! Cinnamon Bear.
We must have crossed some kind of a magical boundary, Judy. I could see you and hear you, but you couldn't see or hear me.
I got so scared.
Well, let's go on now.
Sure. Hey, look ahead to your right a little. There's a house. Maybe somebody could tell us if Crazy Quilt Dragon's been here.
Say, look, Judy. What's that sitting on that post in front of the house?
I don't know, Jimmy.
I do. It's an owl, and he's got his eyes open. I never heard of an owl with his eyes open in the daytime.
It must be more magic, I guess.
Look, he's got spectacles on.
And he's holding a big dictionary under his wing.
He's certainly like no owl I ever saw.
There's a sign over him. Professor Whiz, the educated owl.
Educated. That's why he has that big dictionary. How funny.
Maybe he's seen Crazy Quilt. Excuse me, please, Professor Whiz, but we've seen your name on the sign and...
Saw my name, you mean? To whom?
Well, seen or saw, it doesn't make any...
It makes a great deal of difference. We've seen is a very gross grammatical error. To whom?
Why do you always say to whom? I thought owls always say to who.
Uneducated owls, I regret to say, have fallen into that error. I, knowing my grammar, would not think of saying anything but to whom.
Well, I don't care if you say to whatchamacallit.
We're very anxious to get some information, Professor Whiz.
Yes, we had something awful funny happen to us. We were just going along, and then all of a sudden the cinnamon bear here disappeared. Then I went ahead, and all of a sudden I saw him again. But Judy, that's my sister here, she couldn't see or hear either of us, though we could see and hear her. Do you know what makes that magic, Professor?
Oh, indeed I do. That's a very small variety of magic brewed up by the Wintergreen Witch.
Does she live in that little house?
Yes, but she's not home at present. She left on her broomstick only this morning to attend the witches' convention.
Well, why do you suppose she made it so he disappeared like that?
I believe her intention was to keep her habitation invisible, while she herself might observe the action and appearance of all strangers in the vicinity. To whom?
I guess she didn't like visitors then.
Such English. She doesn't, not she don't. To whom?
Do you live in the little house with her, Professor Whiz?
Oh, no, I should say not. Occasionally I give her English lessons, but our association is strictly educational, I assure you. I have never been inside her house. To whom?
It must be funny giving lessons to a witch.
Not at all, my dear little girl. The Wintergreen Witch used only to speak the witch language, which is a very primitive tongue, very. When she came to live on the island of Obi, she found it very awkward not speaking the same language as the other people. So I came to her assistance, and while I must admit she exhibits a deplorable tendency to split infinitives, her idiom is, in the main, correct.
I don't understand what he means, Cinnamon Bear.
He means that the witch is doing all right.
Have you seen a Crazy Quilt Dragon around here anywhere, Professor Whiz?
Oh, definitely. He went into the house just a while ago, asked me if it would be all right if he went in and looked around a bit.
Did he have a big silver star with him?
Oh, yes, I'm sure he did.
Did he come out again?
No, I would have seen him in that event. The Wintergreen Witch says there's only one door, and I happen to be sitting in front of it.
Well, do you suppose there's any place inside where he could hide?
My dear young fellow, I haven't the vaguest notion. I've never been in there, I told you. Besides, I'm much too busy thinking about grammar to fiddle-faddle around.
Do you suppose it'd be all right if we just went in and looked around?
Oh, quite. There can't be anything much in there, but go ahead.
Just wait till I get my paws on that dragon. If I don't make his crazy quilt colors turn black and blue...
Dear, dear, such goings-on. I could never remain in this vicinity to witness such banal vulgarities, so if you will permit me to absent myself from your company, I shall wend my way in the direction of my humble domicile.
Goodness, whatever does he mean?
Oh, he means he's going to shove off. Well, thanks for the information, Proffy.
Not at all. Don't mention it. Well, auf Wiedersehen. Adios. De whom, de whom, de whom.
Gee, he certainly talks big words, all right, just like the principal of our school.
Say, if we're ever going to catch Crazy Quilt, we better get into that house in a hurry.
You go in first, Cinnamon Bear. I'm just a teeny bit afraid.
Oh, don't be scared, Judy. This isn't anything.
It isn't blocked.
It's only one room. I don't see the Crazy Quilt Dragon in here anywhere.
Let's look around good. He might be hiding under something.
I don't know where he could hide. All there is a fireplace with a lot of pots.
I suppose the Wintergreen Witch makes her magic in them.
My, isn't that a big picture?
It surely is. Takes up the whole wall. My. Look at the trees in it. Just as real and lifelike as can be.
Jimmy, I'm sure I saw one of those trees move ever so slightly.
Let's see. Why, you're right, Judy. The leaves are moving, like there was a little wind blowing.
I'm going to look at it closer. That tree near the frame is awful close. I touched it. It's real as can be. This is some more magic, children.
That's where Crazy Quilt went, I betcha, into that picture forest.
Come on, let's go. We haven't any time to lose.
Oh, boy. I'm in.
And me.
This is a really, truly, sure enough forest, all right.
Isn't it pretty, Jimmy?
You bet. Gee, these are awful big trees, aren't they?
Bless my stuffing, yes. And there's an awful lot of places where that Crazy Quilt Dragon could hide. We'll have to look very carefully.
What was that?
It sounded like something moving.
I'll bet it's Crazy Quilt.
Let's be on the safe side. It might be Crazy Quilt, and then again it might be something awful dangerous. Tiptoe.
All right, Patty. But let's look.
It stopped now. Meow.
What was that?
It was a funny little noise.
Why, it's nothing but a kitten. Meow. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Come here, little kitty. Meow.
Gee, it's scared of something.
Oh, don't be afraid of us. We wouldn't hurt you. Come here. Poor little kitten. Who are you, and what makes you so frightened?
Fraidy cat, I'm just a fraidy cat, much more afraid than a kitten should be. Fraidy cat, no man or lady cat ever got frightened as easy as me. I'm afraid of my shadow, it makes me so sad. Oh, I would be a little bolder if I dared. I'm such a shy feline, I'd just make a beeline for the safest place to hide in when I'm scared. Fraidy cat, I'm just a fraidy cat, whining example of what not to be. Fraidy cat, just an old lady cat, sometimes I even get frightened of me.
What are you scared of now, little kitty?
I saw a great big giant a while ago.
Oh, there couldn't be any giants here. Why, you could see them a way off if there were.
But this is a magic forest, and you can't see it if you're outside of it. And this great big giant lives outside of it. And I'm so scared. Maybe she's seen the Crazy Quilt Dragon.
Did you see the Crazy Quilt Dragon in here, Fraidy cat?
No. Oh, is there a dragon in here, too? Oh, what will I do?
Oh, sure. He's a very harmless dragon. His only fault is that he's too fond of shiny things.
But it's a dragon, and I'm scared of dragons. Besides, I'm black and shiny. But he isn't a bit dangerous. Not like a giant, you know. Oh, now I'm scared again. Meow.
You certainly are a fraidy cat, all right. Better let me get you out of that notion right now. You just got too much imagination, that's all.
Oh, don't be scared now, Fraidy cat. Let me pet you a little. I like you. You're very nice to poor little me. Most everybody else talks loud and scares me. There now. Nothing's going to hurt you, little kitten. And you won't have to be a fraidy cat anymore.
Try to be like me, fraidy cat. Now I'm just a cinnamon bear with shoe button eyes, but I'm not afraid of anything, even if it's twice my size. Am I ferocious? Garah!
But I'm not a cinnamon bear. I'm just a little kitten.
Oh, that's all right, but you should try. Try to be like me, little Kit Kat. Courageous, undaunted, a pillar of strength, a tower of...
Oh, it's that big giant!
Willikers, he's right. Look, Cinnamon Bear.
Oh, wow, let me out of here. Gangway!
Gee, we're in for it all right. Come on, let's hurry.
Do you think the giant can see us?
I'm not sure. He's awful big. Maybe if we keep in the underbrush, he won't.
Meow. I'm so scared. Meow. I'm so unlucky. Everything happens to me.
We're all scared, little fraidy cat. But we're going to try to escape the giant just the same.
We'll never be able to go faster than he does. He's coming closer and closer.
Oh, dear, what'll we do?
Oh, don't step on us, Mr. Giant, please. Look out.
Of course I won't step on you. Where are you?
We're right here under this big tree.
You mean that little bush by my knee? Here, let me see. You're way down, aren't you?
Yes, but please be careful. Don't hurt us. We haven't done anything to you.
Why, I wouldn't think of hurting anybody. I'm Fee-Fo, the gentle giant, I am.
Whew, that's a big relief to us, I can tell you.
Just a minute till I sit down. Then I'll be closer to you. Where are you now?
Here we are. My goodness, but you're just awful big.
He sure is all right. Why, he looks as high as the city hall, doesn't he, Judy?
You don't know how glad I am to see someone who looks like me, even if you aren't the same size. I haven't seen any people but the Wintergreen Witch for ever so long. Would you be afraid if I would pick you up and look at you a little closer? My eyes are a bit weak, you know.
Well, I don't mind. Gee, it'd be lots of fun.
I think it would be, too. How about you, Cinnamon Bear?
It's all right with me. But be real careful about the way you pick me up, won't you? My extra special stuffing is awfully sensitive to high altitudes. Let me hang on to your thumb.
Meow. Oh, my goodness. I forgot about Fraidy Cat.
A cat? Well, let me see it. I'm very fond of cats.
Fraidy Cat's nothing but a little kitten.
Well, that's all right. I like 'em that way. Come here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
I'm awful scared of you. Are you sure you won't hurt me?
Not for the world. Here, look. I'll put you in my coat pocket and you can look out of the buttonhole.
All right, if you'll be very careful.
There. Fraidy Cat's up. Now, how about the rest of you? Would you like to sit up on my shoulder?
You bet. Come on, Judy. Boy, isn't this something? Hey, Cinnamon Bear.
Hello, I'm coming next.
There, we're all up.
Are you all quite comfortable?
Oh, yes, thank you, Fee-Fo.
Well, that's fine. Now, suppose you tell me who you are and what you're doing in the Wintergreen Witch's magic forest.
Well, I'm Jimmy Barton, and this is my twin sister, Judy. And he's Patty Cinnamon the Cinnamon Bear. And we've come an awful long way to try to get back our silver star that was stolen by the Crazy Quilt Dragon.
Silver Star?
Yes, it belongs on top of our Christmas tree. And Christmas won't be Christmas without it.
Have you seen the Crazy Quilt Dragon by any chance, Fee-Fo?
Well, no, I haven't, but that's not strange. Lots of things go on around my feet that I can't see.
You know, maybe I'm wrong, but I think I see a cinnamon bun on a tree over there.
Well, that's the cinnamon bun tree in the goody-goody grove. Oh, there's all kinds of good things to eat there. Chocolate eclair bushes, cream puff vines, and ice cream cone trees. Oh, just lots of things.
Gee, I just remembered that I'm awful hungry. How about you, Judy?
Me too, Jimmy. I would just love something to eat.
Well, no sooner said than done. It's just a couple of steps over there. Here, hold tight while I get up. Here we are, and here we go. Here we are. I'd better put you on the ground again. You might fall off if I bent down to pick anything for you.
Oh, boy, that's so well.
You forgot all about me. Is there anything for me to eat?
Well, I didn't mean to overlook you, little fraidy cat. Yeah, there's a milkweed tree that has very delicious milk. I'll pick a pot of that for you.
Oh, thank you, Fee-Fo. You're awfully good to me. And I was so scared when I first saw you.
Well, you don't have to be scared of me anymore. In fact, if you'd keep me company, I'd be very grateful. You know, I get very lonesome sometimes.
I'd like to stay with you. You wouldn't let anything hurt me, would you?
I should say not. How's the milk?
Very nice. Just the way I like
Oh,
it.
that's fine. How about the rest of you?
Oh,
it's
swell.
It's just wonderful.
Gee, this is the first time I ever got to eat all the cream puffs I wanted. Mother wouldn't let me have but one at home. She says they're too rich.
Well, eat just as many as you want, when nothing in the goody-goody grove will make you sick.
My goodness, Jimmy. You just ought to taste these chocolate eclairs. They're so good.
Yeah. You can't beat these cinnamon buns and this honey. Notice how sweet it makes my voice sound.
Boy, That was swell. I guess I won't want any more cream puffs for a long time. Say, how'd you ever happen to be in the magic forest, Feefo?
Well, I didn't used to be here at all. I used to live out on the island of Obi like everybody else. One day I was taking a nap on the beach, and the Wintergreen Witch made me real small and put me through the picture frame in her house, and then made me big again before I woke up. Now I can't get out because I'm too large.
Isn't there any way for you to get out?
The only way would be for the Wintergreen Witch to let me out, and she won't do it.
Say, I don't want to rush you two, but remember, we're a long way from finding Crazy Quilt and the Silver Star.
I guess the best thing would be to look for him ourselves, since Feefo hasn't seen him. Yeah, he couldn't help us anyway, 'cause in one step he'd miss 1,000,000 Crazy Quilt Dragons.
Thank you ever so much, Feefo, for the elegant lunch and for helping us.
I should say so. Those cream puffs just fixed me up swell.
I don't know what I would have done without my cinnamon buns. I wouldn't have been able to be ferocious at all.
Now, before you go, there's something I want to give you. It's a whistle. Now, I can't use it because it's too small for me. I just wear it on my watch chain for a charm. Here, wait a minute till I wet my finger. I can't pick it off very good unless I do. There. Now, you just blow on it 3 times if you want me for anything, and I'll hear it and I'll come a-running.
Like this?
Is it magic?
Yes. I used to dabble a bit in it before the witch put me in the magic forest. Well, you blow it if you need me, and I'll come in a jiffy.
Well, thank you ever so much, Feefo.
You bet. Gee, you've been swell to us.
You've certainly changed our opinions of giants.
If I've done that, I am very happy. All right, come on, Fraidy Cat. Back in my pocket you go. And goodbye to all of you. Remember, I'm here to help you if you want me.
Goodbye, Feefo. Pretty nice of him to be so polite and helpful, wasn't it?
It surely was. But then, I really wasn't afraid of him when I first saw him.
Why, you old storyteller, you were too.
Certainly you were. You were scared to death, and you know it.
Well, if you won't believe me, I won't talk about it anymore.
Which way shall we go?
It's awful hard to know which way. We haven't any idea where the Crazy Quilt Dragon might have gone.
Well, he didn't know this forest any better than we did. So if we just follow our noses, we'll probably come as close to him of finding him as any other way we can do.
Well, that's silly. Just like some people say, follow your nose.
Well, not in Maybeland it isn't. Now, if you want to find somebody real bad, that's just what you do. Follow your nose, and eventually you find him.
Is that some more magic?
Well, I don't know if it's magic, but it generally works.
Well, all right. I guess we'll try it. Say, which way are our noses pointed?
That's silly, too. They're pointed straight ahead of us.
Well, then, that's the way to go.
Right through this underbrush and everything?
Yes, we get through it as much as we can.
All right. But I hope we don't get all scratched up.
Want to take my hand, Judy?
No, Jimmy. It's easier for me to go by myself because... Oh! What's happened?
It's all dark.
Dark nothing. It's pitch black.
I can't see you, Jimmy. Or you, Cinnamon Bear. I can't see anything.
Grab hold of my hand, Judy, and you take this one, Cinnamon. Let's just stand right here together until it gets light again.
What do you suppose ever made it get dark so quick? Maybe it just decided to get nighttime in a hurry.
No, Judy. I think it's magic. The Wintergreen Witch probably shut off the lights.
Maybe the electric light company turned them off because she didn't pay her bill.
Well, whatever it is, I don't like it one little bit. It's dark and scary and... Oh!
What's the matter, Judy? What is it?
Look, over there.
Heavenly days. 2 yellow lights like eyes, a-flashing in the dark.
As Jimmy often says, gee willikers, what's going to happen next? I'd like nothing better than to know right this very minute, but like you, I'm going to have to be patient and wait until next time.